Hello?
Hello.
Flavio!
Hi.
Hey,
Good evening.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm great. Been the last 10 hours mixing and mixing and mixing.
Fuck
Now
yeah.
I'm taking a break.
Fuck yeah, man. What are you mixing, man?
I'm mixing the new EP of a band called Neuropsy. It's going to be out this month, and it actually features Soraption vocalist Frederick.
Nice.
It's gonna be dope.
Hell yeah, man. We can't wait to hear it. We just got done playing Blessed in the Name of Satan by Master Die. Is that how you say the name of the band? Is it Master Die?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I was hoping I wasn't. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You wouldn't believe the amount of layers that song has. It's insane.
Oh yeah. The dynamics in that thing. Exactly, man. It's very atmospheric. That whole record is great. That is really great. And I know that that's a part of what you do as well, right?
I didn't mix the album, but I did all the recordings from the members and whatsoever, and edited a few things,
Okay.
and then sent everything to Bruno, a producer here in Portugal. But the single "You Are Not Alone" was mixed by me, but it was mastered. I can't pronounce the man's name. It's Matt Doghearts. He worked with Megadeth and bands like that. He mastered.
That's badass. That's why it sounds so good.
Thank you.
And Daimoob, the lead singer of that band, is also is she co-editor or owner of this magazine, MTVIEW Magazine?
Yes, she's the owner. She does basically she does almost everything.
Hell yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourselves and exactly how did you get started? Like how did this begin?
Well, about MTVIEW, it was born in 2019, but it only started to, how can I say that? It started to move in 2020 on pandemic. We got a lot of time, and she started to delve deep into MTVIEW. She since the beginning she wanted to create a magazine, but we didn't have the resources. It came with time and some search and lots of editing, but basically she did almost all by herself. I'm the sound guy. I deal with the sound part. She loves design, edition, creations, and so it was like obvious for like she creating the magazine. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
Hey, that's okay, man. It's okay.
I usually am much better with sounds than with words, but okay. She wanted to start to divulge underground artists, offering services to professionals regarding divulging and artworks and whatsoever, the graphic part, the marketing part, everything. we have a lot of setbacks. She has a lot of setbacks, majorly, because in this country, people still discriminate other people because sex and because she's an immigrant, and people here have a not so good mindset about that, and it creates setbacks, but we are meeting our goals.
Hey, so you guys are located in Portugal. Where are you from?
I'm from here. I'm from Portugal. Dai is from Brazil.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I gotta say the quality of these magazines it's amazing. I mean, I've got the first two issues right here. I'm looking at them, and it's just I love it. You know what? You put it on thick paper. It's glossy. The pictures, everything about it, like all the details. There's a lot of work being put into this, and I really like it, man. It's I mean, it's
all her. It's all her. Sometimes I peek into her projects for the magazines, and I'm completely amazed by what she does. It's incredible. But the good thing is, next magazines are going to have a CD as well to present to the people the songs of the artists. Like, instead of the person have to search for the music, they got a CD.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I got a CD with one of the issues already, and
Yes.
and you guys featured a bunch of bands on there from Metal Devastation PR, which I mean, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
When I saw that, I couldn't believe it. I was sitting there looking at it. I had to run down to show it to my wife. I was like, look, they put
Yes.
this. I mean, it's just it's fucking awesome.
Indeed. We value a lot our partnerships. We really value, and we are all here for the same, right?
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. And you guys are definitely you definitely show how much you care about the music, and I really appreciate that for sure. Can you tell us how did you get into heavy metal music? Like, when did it start?
Well, me and we both have different stories. Me, personally, I went into metal like in '98, something like that. But I'm from a different background than Dai. She came from the classics, the heavy metal, the Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, that Metallica, that kind of bands. I came from brutal death metal, technical death metal, grinds, really extreme stuff. Spawn of Possession, Disgorge, Deeds of Flesh, that kind of bands.
Hell yeah! So, and you're also running a production company, correct?
Yes, Dim, but partially. I'm not the owner. Dai is the owner, but I'm the guy. I'm the sound guy. I'm the CTO, and I deal with everything about the sound, the production, the editing, the mixing, the mastering, everything in that regard.
Very cool. And do you guys how does do you guys offer that to bands? Like, how does it? Is it like a record label, or
Yes, it's also a record label. From my part, I offer that services to any band. I mean, every artist. I'm more focused in metal and rock, but anything goes. Sound is sound for me. But I offer the services. I can do it online, like the band send me the stems, everything, and I do my magic, so to speak, and give them the final products. Or people can come and record with me. I have a space where I can record the artists, everything they need, drums, guitars, bass, vocals, everything, and I do the editing, the mixing, the mastering, everything to be presented to the public. Then it's Dai's job to promote it, publish it, whatever.
Now, did you also work on the other band, Dina Mark, that you sent me?
No. I didn't work. Rafael did that work. He's a producer as well. Sometimes the bands already have the songs ready, and they only need the marketing and the promotion and stuff like that.
Very cool.
That's with Dai. That's more with Dai. I'm the sound guy.
Right on. So you guys are doing some serious networking then. I mean, you work with a lot of people. That's really cool.
Yes, and from my side, I'm looking forward to work with more people. I want more bands to produce, to interact, to to make their sounds come to life. You know.
Now, for a band that wants to contact you, how do they get in touch with you?
They can visit our site, dim-productions.com. They can message me if some people know who I am, and they directly message me. That's the way, basically. They can contact me, can contact Dai, can fill in the form on the site, that way.
Okay, very cool. I got some questions for you from the listeners. Secret Weapon wants to know, are you self-taught or did you go to school?
I was self-taught for a lot of years, and doing a small story, when I met Dai, I gave up on seeing music as a professional field, if you know what I mean. I did it like a hobby, and I was getting away from it because due to the country's mentality, being a sound engineer in Portugal is not a good idea. It's really not a good idea. And I was self-taught for a lot of years, but then Dai appeared, made me believe I could do it professionally, and I took a degree. She paid me a degree, and then I started to attend more classes and doing it way more professionally than I ever did when I was self-taught.
That is badass, man. Can you tell us? Actually, I got another question from the listeners. Secret Weapon also wants to know: is there a massive metal audience in Portugal, or is your focus on a global scale?
I focus on global scale. There is a community here in Portugal, but I'm not 100% in. I tend to avoid Portuguese people regarding to music. I want global domination, even if my English is not so good yet.
Right on. Yeah. I was also gonna ask. I noticed that. Well, first thing I noticed was that the magazine is in English, and you guys are in Portugal. So when I first ordered a copy of the magazine, I was expecting that it was gonna be in a different language. I wouldn't be able to read it, but it's in English. So I was like, wow, that's really cool. What was the? How did you guys decide to do that?
To be able to more people be able to read it. If it was in Portuguese, only a small part of the people could read it. So doing it in English, it was the logical step to do.
That's really cool, man. Yeah, there's so many magazines that will feature stuff that I send them, but a lot of times they're in a different language, so I'm like, well, I don't know, I got to find a way to transcribe it. But I mean, with you guys, it was very easy because it was all in English, so that's definitely cool. But I mean, then again, I can understand why somebody would want to go with their native language as well. That's respectable as well. But that is cool that you guys are doing that so that you can reach a global scale, man.
Yes, because doing it on the native language, non-English language, you automatically are closing a lot of doors, and lots of that doors are really important doors. You wouldn't want to close them, So it was logical to do it in English. It would reach way more people than in Portuguese.
Of course, it's also available in a digital format as well, which I guess you can translate that if you wanted to.
Yes, sure. Yes, I don't recommend Google Translate because that will be just chaos.
Okay. Now, I noticed that also another thing I wanted to ask you about, which I thought was really cool, that when I order the magazines or pre-order them, I go to Bandcamp to get them, which is really cool because Bandcamp is a very user-friendly platform. What was your decision to put that on Bandcamp like that?
Well, it was kind of a logical thing because Bandcamp is really, really supportive of the musicians, not like Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
On Spotify you only have music, and on Bandcamp it was unanimously is that right? Yes, unanimously the best platform to put out our material.
Very cool. So as far as your production is concerned, I know there's a lot of gearheads that are listening to the show. They probably want to know, like, what kind of equipment and stuff are you using to get these sounds?
Well, I'm a really simple person regarding to gear. I experimented a lot of gear, but I tend to use less and less and less. Then for just mixing, I have a pair of KRK Rocket 6 speakers, monitors. I have a Line 6 UX2 in my home. I have a Pod X3 in my home also, but on the studio I have lots of material. Like I have a She's Air 18. I have lots of mics for drums. I have Audio-Technica 2040. I have two keyboards, two M Audio keyboards, and I have a lot of plugins.
What's one of your favorite plugins?
Fab Filter Saturn, that, and LU limiter, the L1 limiter. that two plugins are just essential to me, and the SSL channel by Waves. Okay, that three plugins are absolutely fundamental to me. There's another. There's more plugins like the SSL comp, the virtual tape machine, stuff like that, you know. But the limiter is, I use and abuse of the limiter is the most important plugin I have, and it's one of the simplest.
Right on. I got another question from the listeners. Carl wants to know, when you met Dai, who made the first move to create this international love affair?
Oh, you talking about? Yeah, it was she. It was she. I'm the shy guy. She was the first to make a move. Yeah.
Sounds like my wife. All right. Another question. Have you ever had any disasters in the studio that caused drunken arguments?
Drunken arguments? No, not really. I don't drink alcohol ever. I really don't like alcohol. I'm the sober guy, so to speak. But no, never had, and hope I will never have. We had a drummer, which he was a drunk head, but it was not a big deal, you know.
Oh yeah. All right, so there in Portugal, can you tell us, like, what kind of, have you seen any cool metal shows?
I haven't been to any show for like 2-3 years maybe, because I'm being really focused on getting better and better and better at production and being a professional at DIM. You know, I committed to it like full time, and I work almost non-stop. I spend hour upon hour working, and when I'm not working, I'm learning new stuff, seminars, lessons, everything I can grasp. I will consume the hell out of it to absorb the knowledge.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Got another question for you from the listeners. Lady Red wants to know, when you're in the studio, what are you wearing? Boxers, briefs, or nothing?
Nothing. No, I'm kidding. Portugal is really cold. It's really cold. I have to be dressed a lot, but usually if I'm home, I'm on my pajamas, and I have a chicken onesie. No one would want me to. No one would want to see that, but yes.
A chicken onesie?
Yes, it's awesome. It's perfect for grinds. It's perfect.
You got to post a picture of that, man.
Please. One day.
All right. So another question, Vicky wants to know, where do you see yourself in about 5 years from now?
Running a badass studio. I'm working really hard on that. I will do it. I will do it. In 5, 6, 10 years, whatever, I will do it. But probably I will run a really good studio, and I will have a lot of clients. That's what I'm aiming for now. It's more and more people, more and more bands, more and more music through my hands.
Well, I think you're doing it right now, man. You're already there, man.
It's not enough for me. It's never enough for me. I'm kind of obsessed with it, you know. I'm regarding to music, to production, I'm a really workaholic. I mean, sometimes Dai has to warn me because I'm working 20 hours straight, almost non-stop. And she's like, oh, Flavio, you know, you have to stop. You're working for the past 20 hours. You should rest. And no, I don't want. I want to continue.
I hear you, man. You know what? I'm the same way, man. I'm working all the fucking time. That seems like that's all I do, man. It's just, but you know, I don't know. Like I like to be busy. I like to stay doing something, and I feel like if I don't do something, I'm getting stagnant or something. You know, it's like just you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep doing something.
And there's something funny. It's like sometimes I get really frustrated with a mix or something like that, and I step off the computer. I go that fucking mixer, like really angry. I go vent off. 1 hour later, I'm like, okay, I need to get back to that because I can't be far from that any longer. You know. It's like a love-hate relationship with music.
Hell yeah. All right, so what's coming next for you guys? Like, what kind of things can we expect in the near future from the magazine, from the production company, from some of these bands that you're working with?
Well, there's 3 bands I'm working with at the moment. All I can say is 2022. It's gonna be a really fantastic year for us because there's a lot of work being put out that year, and it's going to be amazing. There's a lot of really talented bands, really good bands. We can tell like Denmark released today their album, but Gaia Beta, Loss, Rising Curse, Neuropsy. I'm a part of Neuropsy. I'm one of the guitarists of Neuropsy, Exile, and many more bands. It's going to be a really good year for us.
Hell yeah. Well, tell Dai I can't wait to see the new issue of MTVIEW Magazine, and I can't wait to hear the new Master Dai, of course. And thank you so much for all the support that you've given so far to Metal Devastation promotion bands. And I mean,
you're very welcome. Yeah. And thank you also. And I have to say, I've heard the new stuff Master Dai is doing, and it's going to be phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. Really phenomenal.
I can't wait to hear it, man. I'm definitely gonna have to put that on my wish list on Bandcamp as soon as it's up.
Yes. It's going to be dope. It's going to be fucking great.
All right, man. Well, I'm about out of questions for you. Is there anything else you want to let the people know?
Thank you for this opportunity. And I'm sorry for you to have to endure my bad English for half an hour.
I can totally understand you just perfectly, man.
And the nervousness because Dai is the social person. I'm kind of the shy guy, the antisocial, who is the lab rat. You know, I'm the lab rat.
Yeah. Well, she said she's working on her English, so maybe we'll get her on next time. Okay.
Yes, she is. Yes. Thank you so much for this opportunity and for your support also. And if you know bands wanting to mix their albums, master their albums, edit their albums, I'm available to do that in the near future. Now I'm completely booked, but I can't wait to get more people to work with.
Hell yeah, man. We will let them know. Well, before I let you go, can I get you to make us a station tag?
What? Sorry?
Station tag, where you say something like, "This is MTVIEW Magazine, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
This is MTV. Fuck. This is MTVIEW Magazine, and you're listening to Metal Devastation.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for taking the time to talk to us. I really appreciate it. I know it's late over there, so I really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to play some more Master Die so these motherfuckers can go crazy, all right?
Do that. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too, man. We'll talk to you later.
Sure.
Cheers.
Cheers.
There you have it, folks. MTVIEW Magazine live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation fucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your windows, put them in your front lawns, put them in your driveways. If you're living in the basement, duct tape your speakers to the ceiling and crank it the fuck up. This is Master Die on the Zach Moonshine Show.